Roti tawar buah mengkudu. Apa kabar kawan-kawan aku? Halo teman-teman, balik lagi ke channel aku, melanjutkan game Harry Potter. Apresiasiku untuk teman-teman yang udah ngikuti series ini sampai sejauh ini. Aku sangat berterima kasih untuk itu. Pertama-tama jangan lupa klik tombol subscribe untuk membantu channel ini berkembang, dan like jika kalian suka videonya, lalu komen jika kalian gabut. Sejujurnya, komen teman-teman itu sangat membantu buat nyemangatin aku buat konten. Ketika lagi baca komen, jadi kayak ada temen ngobrol gitu. Dan juga lebih merasa ada yang nikmatin juga kontennya. Subscriber itu memang penting. Tapi menurutku komen juga penting untuk membantu kedekatan kreator dengan audiennya. Kenapa aku di video jarang ngomong? Karena aku mau fokus gameplay aja dan nikmatin jalan ceritanya. Dan teman-teman juga bisa menikmatin gameplaynya juga. Jadi kalau teman-teman bosen, aku minta maaf ya.
Of course, Gossamer. That's what friends are for. Besides, I've admittedly gotten rather invested in Simon's story. So, where should we start?
Simon had a lot of favorites. A portrait of former Minister of Magic Josephina Flint standing on her head. A painting of a unicorn grazing in the forest. A tapestry of a noble dragon slaying a corrupt knight. But I think we should start with the inflated girl portrait he painted in his 3rd year. He always seemed particularly fond of it. To tell you the truth, I found it a bit odd and couldn't understand why Simon favored it when he painted much more beautiful portraits. But if any of his paintings are going to knock him out of his funk, it's that one. I know I've seen it around the castle somewhere recently. I just can't remember where exactly.
Why don't we ask some of the other portraits? They were a big help to us before, and a peculiar portrait like that one is bound to be memorable. It's possible one of these portraits knows something about the inflated girl painting. Let's ask around.
An inflated girl? Are you talking about that unnerving portrait in the entrance hall? From what I hear, she's been making the other portraits quite uncomfortable. You'd be doing everyone a favor by moving her to a more suitable location.
I do believe I saw the caretaker transporting a portrait matching that description not too long ago. I couldn't tell you where he was taking it, but he seemed oddly smitten with it. He kept talking about moving it to a place where it would get the attention and appreciation it deserved. That man really ought to get out more.
Yes, I know the portrait you're talking about. A disturbing product of a disturbed mind.
You take that back! Simon's not disturbed. He's the nicest boy I've ever met.
You're in denial. To those of us with unclouded eyes, it came as no surprise that he turned out to be a bad egg.
A portrait of an inflated girl. Yes, I do recall such a painting, and the young girl who inspired it. If my memory serves, she was a Gryffindor with a particularly sharp tongue, a weapon she frequently used against poor Simon. Normally he just grinned and bore the bullying, but on that day, a boy stepped in and gave her a taste of her own potion. Simon stopped coming around as often after that day. I dare say he seemed quite taken with that other boy.
If that gossipy portrait's information is correct, the portrait of an inflated girl should be on display in the entrance hall.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go.
The inflated girl portrait has to be here somewhere. Let's look around the room and see if we can find it. Gossamer, is that the inflated girl portrait?
Yes, that's the one! I can't believe you found her. Simon is going to be so happy to have her back.
It's such an uncomfortable image. No wonder it's so polarizing.
Do you think Simon painted this portrait to celebrate the time his bully finally got what she deserved?
No way! Simon didn't like bullies, but he wasn't mean-spirited. More than anything, he just wanted to be left alone.
I agree. I get the feeling that his motivations weren't so petty. There's no rage or malice behind the brushstrokes.
Now come on, let's get the inflated girl off that wall and back where she belongs. Almost got it. Just a little to the left. There. That's perfect.
Where did you find that?
The entrance hall. This wall was looking a little bare, and I know how much this portrait means to you. So we thought we'd surprise you with it. What do you think?
I think I told you to leave me alone.
Wait, before you go, I just want you to know that I think your portrait is beautiful.
You do? Most people find it disturbing or unnerving. Only one other person has ever called it beautiful.
I really do. It's harrowing yet deeply personal and sentimental. I'd love to hear the full story behind it.
Since you insist. I can't remember what I did to incur Mabel's wrath that day, but she had it out for me. She was just about to cast the pimple jinx on me when Gwydion, a boy in the year above me who had witnessed everything, cut her off with the inflating charm. I'll never forget what Gwydion said afterward. There. Now your appearance matches your ego. I was speechless. No one had stood up for me like that before. Gwydion got detention, and I got a best friend. No, more than a best friend. A knight in not-so-shining armor. I painted this portrait that same day so I'd never forget his gesture.
I remember you telling me the story of how you and Gwydion met, but I had no idea that's where the idea for the portrait came from. You and Gwydion became inseparable after that. What happened to him? Did you ever confess? Was he there when you passed? Has he passed too? I feel like I've missed so much.
Gwydion's moved on. I still suggest you do the same.
I don't understand. Simon used to tell me everything.
I know it must be frustrating and painful, but look on the bright side, Gossamer. Your plan worked.
That's right. The inflated girl portrait did seem to lift Simon's spirits and get him to open up, if only a little bit.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I shouldn't see this as a loss. I should see this as proof we're on the right track.
Then why not make finding furniture our next step in restoring this place to its former glory? It'll certainly make the place feel less empty.
Good idea. I'm not sure where all the old stuff ended up, but an old friend of mine might. Give me some time to find her. If she's still at Hogwarts, I'll let you two know straight away. Good news! Remember the old friend I mentioned earlier? The one who knows where the old furniture might be? Well, I've found her. She's still working in the kitchens and thinks she might be able to help us.
The kitchens? Is your friend a house elf?
That's right. Probably one of the best you'll ever meet, too. She's expecting us in the kitchens. I've already told Lottie to meet us there. Now this is Kosa. She kept the secret clubhouse tidy and even helped Simon and Gwydion furnish it.
Nice to meet you, Cossa. How did you come to know Simon and his friends?
When Cossa overheard Simon and Gwydion's plans to fix it up, Cossa offered to help. Simon and Gwydion treated Cossa well as friends rather than housekeeper. Cossa has never forgotten their kindness.
Apparently, it's being stored in the room of requirement. We just need to find it.
Cossa would fetch it herself, but Cossa is needed in kitchens.
Don't worry, Cossa. Just tell us what to look for and we'll do the rest.
Cossa remembers spotting the clubhouse's multi-purpose table, a matching wooden bench, a floor lamp with a shade, and a stack of old books in that room.
Sounds simple enough. Let's head to the room of requirement and get started.
This table might not look like much, but it was often the center of activity, and Simon did some of his best sketching here. Jessamine often sewed on it, and Gwydion even transfigured it into a horse once.
It sounds like it holds a lot of memories. I'm glad we can bring it back where it belongs.
This was Gwydion's favorite.
It does. Then again, perhaps Gwydion just...
These belonged to Gwydion. He loved studying old tomes. The dustier the better.
What's your favorite genre of book, Gossamer?
That's easy. The kind with pictures. I love the warm glow this lamp gives off. It reminds me of all the late nights I spent chatting with Simon.
That sounds lovely.
Indeed it was. Sadly, I'm not so sure Simon still feels the same.
Uh-oh. Looks like all that moving furniture around has stirred up some trouble. Immobiles. Ventus.
Welcome back. Did they manage to find all 4 pieces of furniture?
Yes. Though it does make me wonder how the furniture ended up there in the first place.
After Simon's tragic accident, Headmaster had all furniture moved there to discourage.
Accident? What accident?
Gossamer didn't know. Simon brewed shrinking solution, but something went wrong. Instead of shrinking the size of Mouse, unfortunately, shrunken Simon caught attention of escaped pet Toad. Toad mistook Simon for Fly and ate him.
Oh, what a way to go.
When you said it was a tragic accident, you weren't joking.
But potions was Simon's best subject. He'd never make a mistake like that.
Cossa had a hard time believing too, but Simon said so himself.
I just can't believe it. And why did he need a shrinking solution in the first place? That's it. I have to talk to him.
Hold on, Gossamer. I don't think it's a good idea to ambush him. His death is clearly a sore subject for him.
That's right. You're liable to turn him away even more if you bombard him with questions about it. For now, why don't we focus on getting this furniture back to the clubhouse and figure out where to go from there?
Well, what do you think, Gossamer? Is it just like you remembered?
No, but I actually like that about it. A little bit of old, a little bit of new. I think it's what the gang would want. From now on, feel free to decorate the space however you'd like.
I hear that the professor will be teaching us about boggarts today.
A boggart? What kind of beast is that?
It's not a beast, actually, but a non-being. It transforms into whatever frightens a person most.
Welcome to Defense Against the Dark Arts. Here I'm going to introduce you to the mysteries of dark creatures. Today we are going to study the boggart. Do you see that rattling wardrobe? There's a boggart in there. It can take on the form of your worst fear. The charm that combats a boggart is the boggart banishing spell. Let us first practice the incantation without our wands. Repeat after me. Ridiculous. Inside this cupboard is a boggart. Who is ready to have a go at vanquishing it? That'll be Lottie Tanner and... you. Excellent. Well, take your positions. One's at the ready.
Oh, it's just a boggart. It's not real. It's not real.
Lottie, you're doing great!
The Dementor looks so real. I feel all the joy being sucked away.
You can do this, Lottie. It isn't a real Dementor, it's just a boggart.
I need to think of my happiest memory. Think! No!
Incendio! What do you?
Now you're in trouble.
Ventus! Bombastic bomb! Spelliarm! Done, Lottie! Look, it's working! It's confused!
It's working!
Go on, you know what to do! Ridiculous!
Ridiculous!
Fantastic! Lottie, you did it!
It looks so real!
You did such a good job.
Thanks for your help.
You didn't really need it. You bested it with your own skill. Next time I'm facing a boggart, I hope you're nearby.
Welcome to Defense Against the Dark Arts. Here I'm going to introduce you to the mysteries of dark creatures. Today we are going to study the boggart. Do you see that rattling wardrobe? There's a boggart in there. Is everybody ready? 1,
Ventus!
Now you're in trouble.
Nebulous! A pumpkin!
Expelliarmus!
Expulsive!
Bombastic bomb!
Bewitching snowballs! Inflatus! Places! Atmosphere charm! Monster book!
Yeti!
Places!
Ventus!
Stupefy!
Incendio!
Ventus! A pugno!
I won't let you fight alone. I won't patch you up.
Unicorn!
Storm!
Expelliarmus!
Places!
Bombastic bomb! Ventus!
Bewitching snowball!
Incendio!
Places! Incendio! Expulsive!
Yeti!
Stupefy!
Expelliarmus! Bombastic bomb!
A pugno charm!
Ventus!
Niffler!
Buttermellow.
Wingardium Leviosa.
No, it's a swish and a flick.
That's what I'm doing. Swish and flick.
No, you're stabbing at it. I can show you again. Wingardium Leviosa.
Wow, that's great, Ivy. You must have practiced a lot.
Not that I remember.
Obviously, you need more of the challenge. Doro.
Are you trying to use a hardening charm? Daniel, you're so good at potions. If you apply yourself, I'm sure you'll be just as good at charms. Here, let's try something else. Expelliarmus.
Oh, now you've done it. You've gone and lost my wand. Not that it was doing me much good.
Sorry. It looks like I need to practice more myself.
It's fine. You certainly are good at charms, Ivy.
Thank you. I'll help you find it.
I saw it. It flew behind that tapestry.
Hey, there's a secret hole in the wall. And there's something hidden inside.
It's a painting.
Of a very short night, apparently.
Maybe it's an elf.
Or a goblin.
Hard to say. But based on the brushstrokes, the painting itself is at least 100 years old. And the artist was probably Scottish. Oh, and definitely right-handed.
You can tell all that from a brushstroke?
You can say a lot with paint. My father used to say, you could tell a story with 3 colours and a good oxtail stippler. That's a brush. He was an artist, like me. Still, there is something very odd about this particular painting.
What?
Isn't it obvious? It's not moving.
Hey, you're right.
Such an odd pose. Do you think it was frozen that way? Help me! Did you hear that? It said help me. It must be trapped. Try a revealing charm.
Wow, look at that. Somebody definitely doesn't want this portrait to leave their frame.
Found him! Oh, they won't like that one bit. Not if you break the chains that bind, they won't. Oh, yes!
Look out! He's trying to destroy the painting.
Ventus!
Now you're in.
Incendio! Bombastic bomb!
Yeti!
Ventus!
Now you've done it. Oh, wait and see. When word gets out how doomed you'll be.
Yes, yes, you've done it. I'm free. I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. I thought the day would never come, but once again, I'm on the run. I'm free.
Oh, how dreadful. Goodbye.
Wow, look at him go. I've never seen a painting so active.
Or be so loud.
Hey, slow down. We want to talk to you.
Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. What's your name?
My name is Gossamer, of course. Oh, it has been forever since I saw such delightful young faces.
Forever? How long have you been stuck like that?
Years, decades, ages, I think. A very long time, to be sure.
Why?
Punishment. Although for what crime, I have not the slightest idea. Cursed and hidden away I was, where I would surely never be found.
How awful.
Oh, it was. But you found me and I am free once again. For that, I am in your debt. Henceforth, I shall be your loyal friend and dutiful guide.
Guide? Guide to what?
Hogwarts, of course. I will be your eyes around every corner and your ears where you cannot hear. Wherever there is paint, you will find me waiting, watching, and listening.
Don't you see? Gossamer can move from painting to painting, so he can tell us what's up ahead. You know, in case we need to know something like that for whatever reason.
Oh no, I'm done sneaking around the castle.
Sneaking?
Don't mind him. We gladly accept your friendship. And your assistance in sneaking.
Wonderful! Now I must visit my old friends. Do you think they missed me?
I'm sure they did. Have fun.
I will, and I will see you all again very soon.
They do seem rather upset about something.
Hi, Robin. Do you know what's going on?
Apparently, there's some lunatic loose amongst the artwork.
A painted lunatic?
Excuse me? Can you tell me what's got everyone so upset?
Someone set him free.
Who?
Gossamer, of course. Running around the castle at all hours, playing games, singing songs. He's a nuisance. And look at me, reduced to hiding in this grimy old broken frame.
Now, when you say set him free...
A long time ago, Gossamer's portrait hung on these walls, but he was unfit, tiresome, reckless. Thus, it was decided that he should be removed from the general population.
So you locked him up?
We did nothing of the sort. It was a student who did the deed. He recognized that Gossamer was too chaotic for these walls. No one liked him, you see. He had no friends. Removing him was a kindness in that way.
Sounds like a bunch of stuffy old wizards couldn't handle a little bit of fun.
How rude!
Exactly. Just because someone is different doesn't mean they're not worthy of friendship. You could try being nicer.
Young lady, I will not be spoken to in such a manner. Where is that caretaker? Mr. Filch? Hello?
Calm down, sir. We can help set things right, at least with the state of your frame.
Magic won't help. This frame can only be fixed by traditional means, which Mr. Filch was going to attend to until this Gossamer business stole his attention.
This must be his tool chest. I'm sure there's something in here that'll do the job. Ah! Whatever is in there has attracted a horde of rats! Help me before they make off with all the tools!
Yeti!
What do you need? Now you're in trouble.
Whiz-bang! Orb of water. Expelliarmus. Incendio. Fantastic bomb.
I'll get you for this.
Ventus. Yeti. Expelliarmus.
Oh, thank you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to take a nap.
I think I'd like to meet this gossamer fella. See you later.
Releasing Gossamer was a mistake. We're just lucky that angry wizard didn't recognize us. We're gonna get into trouble.
Hogwash! It's cruel what they did to him. Just because he's a little excitable doesn't mean he needs to be locked up in a dark corner. We should be protecting him.
I agree. But if he keeps on making trouble, they'll do it again. We need to find him. But how?
Gossamer, there you are.
My friends, can you help me? I was just speaking to a most delightful witch, or was it a wizard? Either way, he or she seems to have disappeared. We may need to organize a search party.
I don't think that'll be necessary.
What he means is they probably left on purpose. To get away. From you.
Oh, I understand.
It's not your fault. It's just...
Not everyone shares your level of enthusiasm.
In the middle of the night.
Cursed I am. Cursed to remain friendless forever.
That's not true. We're your friends.
Unwanted. Unloved. Undone.
Rather dramatic, isn't he?
You there. Best move along or there'll be trouble.
For just standing around?
Oh, yes. If I find the ones who freed him, there'll be more than trouble. There'll be punishment.
What is that?
This lovely is a finder of things that don't belong. Now stand aside, unless you want to join the trio of redcaps we collected yesterday.
Gossamer, go quickly, before he sees you.
Leave me. I'm doomed. No hope for Gossamer.
Mr. Filch, look out! I think it's that lightning!
Yeti!
What do you want?
What are you?
What do you... Now you're...
Fantastic bomb! Ventus! Spelliarmus! Yeti! Unicorn!
I won't. I'll patch you up.
Bombastic bomb!
Me poor lovely. Look what they did to you.
That'll be detention for sure.
You risked getting in trouble to protect me?
Well, yeah. We're friends, aren't we?
Yes, truly you are my friends. Friends most excellent. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Okay, calm down. And maybe keep this friendship thing between us. No need to have every wall-mounted wizard in the place mad at us.
A wise course of action. To that end, I would also suggest placing my portrait in a more secluded location, so as not to attract unwanted attention.
Good idea. But I don't think we should hide it. What do you think?
I know exactly where to put it.
Oke teman-teman, mungkin untuk part ini sampai sini dulu. Sebenarnya game ini enak mainnya, agak lebih lama dikit, tapi ya begitulah. Jangan lupa klik tombol subscribe untuk membantu channel ini berkembang, dan like jika kalian suka videonya, lalu komen jika kalian gabut.